Kiryaki. Kiryaki, how you doing? Shila Ommi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Harika, tikanete, orea. Nene. I know you spent some time in Greece, so I have so many questions.
Oh, love Greece.
Yeah, so thank you so much for being on. She's all over the place. Where in the world are you today?
I'm in Los Angeles today.
Wonderful. Yeah, I love LA. So I've been coming there since the end of 2001. I know you've lived there since 1979. Your family came over from Iran. Your family had a very successful business. Your mom's a poet, so am I. I would love to read some of her poetry sometime.
Amazing. Oh, poets are just in my heart. There's just something so special about you people.
Yeah, I'm reading all about Virginia Woolf right now, and it's just, wow, her stories. Whoa, her personal story too. So, shifting in, I feel like we have so much in common. We are fellow thespians, and I emailed Tom Lawless. I'm like, guess who I'm having on the podcast? He's like, yay, Vox fam. Vox is the best. So, we're both with Vox, and
hey,
yes,
amazing. My God, we do have so much in common.
I know. Like, we're going to talk about your new TV show, which is about Greek mythology, and get into the crux of just your heart and soul of being a voiceover actor, maybe paying some homage to give some tips for fellow voiceover artists out there. We have a lot of entrepreneurs who tune into the show, and but first, let's dive into you have a local LA theater company, and I love what you're doing there, your core of who you are, and then what you put onto the stage. So let's talk about your theater company in Los Angeles.
Thank you so much. I've been collaborating with some dear friends of mine, and we have created a new multimedia theatrical experience, which is based on Persian mythology, specifically the goddess Anahita, who is the goddess of love. And she is the goddess and we're talking tens of thousands of years ago. Followers of the goddess Anahita would dive within themselves to look at their own darkness, to clean up their own darkness. So she's the goddess of water that cleans your darkness but forces you to look at it. That's what's important. Because when you do that, you stop being a narcissist, you stop being toxic. And if humanity would do that, we wouldn't be throwing bombs on each other. It all starts with us.
Yeah, so
cleaning us.
Yeah, so a full filter, just a transparent filter, light, yin yang, just transmuting, forgiving. It was what it was. We learned, let it go, and let's move forward together and utilize the tools that we have now so we can, have our diverse backgrounds, which we do, but we're so similar in so many ways. I mean, it's just so transparent and true on so many multi-dimensional levels.
I know Greece also had such things with the Eleusinian mysteries, and they would use medicine work to go in and to clean up and to become better people.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Everything's just like, homeostasis and just naturalistic healing, Marcus Aurelius, and just, and that's what a lot of, the scientists and the forethought leaders of today are doing. They're just going back to the Marcus Aurelius days. So, let's just pivot into your character. So, you're on 4 episodes, and my friends have been like, "Yo, you have to see this on Netflix." So, I mean,
oh, you haven't seen it? I'm so excited for you to see it, Katie. It is such a good show. It's so fun. It's bold and darkly hilarious. It's about love and the abuse of power and life in the underworld. And
Stephanie,
yeah. And it's almost like, did you like Succession?
Love.
Have you seen Succession? Yeah, love. So this is like Greek mythology meets Succession.
Ooh.
It's really good.
So
and I swear I'm not saying it because I'm in it. It's really good.
Lucky you. Congratulations. Wow. What a score. What a big score.
Right. Yeah. And speaking of score, Isabella Summers actually created the score, the music score for it. She's the machine in Florence and the Machines. And oh my God, the music in this show. The writer, Charlie Covell, um, as they were writing it with music in every scene. And because Netflix championed it and was able to bring it to screen, they were able to afford almost all of the music pieces that Charlie had chosen. So it's just the music on its own brings chills, let alone the acting.
I'm a huge music buff, so I'm gonna go to my Spotify, not promoting Spotify, but I'm totally gonna go there and look at the soundtrack and just listen to it immediately. Maybe today on my workout.
Right. Okay.
That's so neat. And that's well, she's Machine in Florence and the Machine, and she did the scoring for it. It's so ironic how all of us talent come together in the world, and voiceovers and acting and writing and all and then how we come and we get to create these amazing. And Annie, your publicist, and how she, says like, people on and off screen, and how we, come together to create this together. And that's something.
And it's just there's so much work that goes into something like this, like with the visual effects, just to give you an idea. There's a scene when you watch it, there's a scene that I think the first time you see me, I'm standing there and I'm wearing these dark sunglasses. The sunglasses were pitch black. You couldn't see my eyes. So the special effects department, they didn't want me to lose the sunglasses. So they came and spent like half a day filming my face, my eyes without the sunglasses. And then they made the sunglasses lighter on the bottom where you could see my eyes through them. I mean, just the weeks and weeks of work that must have gone into that tiny little detail. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah, yeah, truly. And just, from the strike, we learned so much about each other's, everyone's like casting directors, the different departments of how much blood, sweat, and tears it really takes to do what we do. It's not just like what people think fluff and puff, and it's like also glam and stuff. There's strategic, scientific work that goes into what we do. So, what was the process for you? Did you, because now everything's on, self-recording, and then you're getting a call back. Did you go into the room? Did you have a call back? Like, do cast directors like love your work and they know you? They wanted you for the role. How was the process of grabbing the role for you?
So I auditioned, I sent in a tape, and the audition was like, I could not understand the sides at all, because all you get is the sides, and the sides, I'm seeing some character named Poseidon, not Poseidon, I'm sorry, Prometheus, doing a narration, and I'm like, what is going on here? And then when you see it, you'll see, I play a character named Pasiphae, who is grieving her dead son, but she's grieving this dead son for 30 years. So every year she has their prisoner and personal architect, the Daedalus, create a waxwork of her son every year. Like, this is what he would look like at the age of 3 and 4 and 5 until 30 years old. And I use my daughter, played by the beautiful Layla Farzad. So I use her as his image because they were twins when he died as a toddler. And I'm thinking she killed him. So I'm terrible to the daughter. But so in the sides it says, oh, she takes this waxwork, and this. So I thought the waxwork is like this tiny little. And I walk into the room where we're filming in my bedroom, and I see these gigantic statues of my son, and I thought, oh, I realized I'm batshit cuckoo at that point. But I'm so glad I didn't play her crazy, because she's not. She's a grieving mother, and it's far more interesting if you don't play her crazy, but she's a little nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did you have a callback on the Zoom? Like, how was the process when the
so the callback was on the Zoom.
Worked with you?
Yeah. So I was in Tehran season 2. I was in New York for the premiere of season 2 of Tehran when I had a Zoom callback audition at my cousin's house where I was staying. And and I got it. I'm so grateful. I got it.
Yeah, the Iranian culture and the Greek culture are so similar. My sister has a friend, so similar. My sister has like a friend group of 75. They're all from Iran, like all of them. And they do the dances together, the birthdays, the celebrations, like, like everything, like the food, like, they get together. And she's brought me a few times, and it's like, it's so similar. And they're
So similar.
They're all married. And so she's like the aunt, right? She's like the aunt to the little kids because she doesn't have kids yet. Yeah. So
I love Greek so much, and I love Greece. And I had a chance to see Greece from Tehran because, the all of the scenes that are supposed to look like Iran are Greece because we are so similar. Our streets are similar. Everything's similar.
Yeah. So the Greeks love you. So you're in Tehran, you're from Tehran, and you're working with the Greek crew. So we got to jump into the voiceovers, but let's chat about like how that was for you. Going and how long were you shooting in Greece? If you were on like
several months, and it was. Oh yeah, yeah. What was especially amazing about Greece is that it is the birthplace of theater. So for me as an actor to be there, and for me as an Iranian to be there, and the connection that as a matter of fact, we know more about ancient Persian history because of the Greeks, God bless them, because of their historians writing about us. Otherwise, we wouldn't know because we were invaded by religious zealots that tried to destroy our culture, and thankfully couldn't.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Rumi's one of my favorite poets of all time.
Yes, thank you. Yay.
Yeah, I'm actually
so voiceover.
Tell me about it.
Voiceover.
Yes. Okay. So you were an elemental. You're a voiceover actor. Let's talk about Vox. I mean, they're just so amazing, and
they're so amazing. Do you know that I've been wanting to be part of Vox 25 years ago. 25 years ago, and I met Wes, and but I didn't get in back then. So it really took all this time for me to work on my voiceover skills to be in the Vox family, and I was so grateful.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a family, and the eclectic crew and who they are and how they are. It's so important because like we have representation and the quality of the projects. And it really, for, the voiceover actor tuning in, the fellow thespian tuning in, it's like, it's the glitz and glam of having these auditions, but it's really about like your networking skills and your craft of, and the alignment of how you are internally with yourself and with your team to be able to, align to have the career that you do and have the opportunities that you do as a voiceover actor. So maybe one or two tips of your journey along the way of 25 years to now of how we could pay it forward to, someone who just doesn't have an agent or someone who's tuning in that aspires to be like you.
Do the work. It's about the craft, and don't get discouraged when you hear a no. I met Wes at a party, and a mutual friend of ours, and I thought, oh my God, I've gotten into Vox. Well, it took many, many years for me to work on myself and to work on the craft before I was able to get in. So don't, instead of feeling bad that you don't get a part or you don't get in with a certain agent, just keep working. Believe me, it's going to happen if you just keep working. Keep working. Because it's the work that's going to show itself. It's not about the glamour.
And what kind of work? What kind of work is for you? Because like building your craft. What kind of a couple examples of some work?
So, for instance, with voiceover works, since we're both into voiceover, I did hours and hours and hours of different shows on YouTube where I did voices for friends, many times for free. But I finally got to a point where I got to a level where on this one show, I play all the characters, all the male characters and the female characters. But it takes time to get there.
Yeah. And what kind of mic are you recording on right now?
Oh, I don't know the name of it. Oh, right now would be, but the mic that I record on my, I don't know the name of it, but I have one of those. It's called the Audio Box. And I'd love to get some pointers because I use the, I forget the name, but I need to change the thing that I use. But the mic is great.
So when you did Elemental, did you go into a booth or did you do Source Connect from home?
Oh, I can't do Source Connect. I've had a nightmare. You do Source Connect?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm just not technically savvy enough for Source Connect. So I went into a booth. So so Pixar is in Northern California, and they found a booth in Burbank. So I'd go into Burbank and I'd see them on Zoom, and Peter Song would direct me on Zoom.
Wow. So all the characters when you did all the male characters, you went into a studio for those as well?
No, those I did at home in my closet
Got it.
with my camera.
And then what about your
Audacity? That's the one. Audacity is the one that I've been using.
Use Audacity. Okay.
You use Audacity? Yeah.
No, I use Twisted Wave. It's so much easier.
Twisted Wave, yes, that's what my nephew says. And my nephew Sean Rohani's also with Vox.
It's so
okay, I'm gonna go with Twisted Wave. Great.
And you just need Twisted Light. You just need the Twisted Light, LITE. Get it directly from the website to.
Thank you.
So you save 20% from buying from Apple. But do Twisted Light is so easy. So what are you looking forward to next?
Looking forward to I'm there's a play called Mercy written by a dear friend of mine, Mandy Reggie, who is in London, and I would love to go to London and do that play there. We did it here for the Hollywood Fringe a couple months ago, and it was wonderful. There's another play that I'm working on, collaborating with my friends, that is about Persian mythology.
Wow.
So yeah.
Congratulations. I love all that. And I'm going to continue to cheer you on and watch you soar. And I'm so excited to see you in your new Netflix series.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful to see you. And I'm so excited that you're going to watch Kaos. You're going to love it. You are going to love it.
I'm so excited.
But just remember, it's a reinvention of Greek mythology. So you don't have to know anything about Greek mythology to enjoy it. But you also can't be too fixated on exactly the way it was told thousands of years ago, because it's a reinvention of it.
Wow, I feel like it's kind of the same thing we said, like starting the conversation. Perfect. Okay, well, congratulations, and thank you so much for your time and joining me. And I'll see you somewhere in the world sometime soon.
Thank you so much. Bye.